Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you a classic white hand-tied bouquet, perfect for a bride or for a centerpiece. The hand-tie technique is so versatile. As florists today, we are so fortunate. There's so many fabulous materials to work with. As I was preparing for this video, I started with gardenrosesdirect.com, went on their site, looked at the roses, and then decided I wanted to be quiet and white and simple. So I picked, for my starting point, Patience. It's a beautiful David Austin garden rose from gardenrosesdirect.com, grown at Alexandra Farms. Very long lasting. Now, one tip, when you buy roses direct, you need to bring them in early. This took 5 full days to open to this stage. Now it's still going to last a week, but I wanted it to be full and lush. It came in very tight, super fresh, so I had to wait 5 days for it to work. I cut it, put it in flower food, and let it sit till it opened to this full beauty. Then I popped over to the sister site, florabundance.com, and picked some other things. Hydrangeas, miniature cymbidiums, piaras, waxflower, and lots of foliages. Springerized, salal, Italian ruscus, Israeli ruscus, lily grass. All of this together is going to be grand. As you begin your bouquet, you're going to want to lay things out so it's easy to work with. Make sure that you've removed all the lower foliage so that it's ready to design. Lower thorns and foliage removed. Even the waxflower stripped down so it's just the flowers and leaves at the top. Doing that all ahead of time makes it so much easier than gathering some in your hand, maybe a little bit of salal, some Israeli ruscus, a little bit of springeri, a rose. Got to start with a rose in there. And then thinking about what else you want in, maybe a hydrangea, putting that a little lower. Then once it's gathered in your hands like that, you start turning it, twisting, adding the next bloom in at an angle. Then turning, maybe bringing in one of the cymbidiums, always at an angle. I can go back and add another bloom as well. You don't have to do them one at a time. And turning, a little more salal. More springeri, letting it extend out nice and full, then turning, waxflower. Just feeding it into your hands, always with the head going one direction, stem the opposite, so that you spiral around as you go. And then turning and adding in more flowers. Head, stem, maybe a little of the piaras. And as I work, I keep below my hand clean, bare stems, above my hand beautiful. As I continue on, since I have just the 2 miniature cymbidiums, I might group them together for a little added value. Again, head one direction, stem to the opposite. Coming back with another hydrangea, then turning, maybe a little more foliage, maybe another rose, and turning, a little more of the waxflower extended, getting it longer, drapey, giving it that casual vibe that's so on trend right now. And then turning. It's so much fun that we can mix flowers. Used to be if you did roses, you wouldn't put it with something casual like piaras, and now you can. Now you can mix and match things. The rules have changed. I love that. It gives us so much freedom as floral artists to use the flowers we like, orchids and roses and hydrangea and piaras, and all the different foliages now. You know, if you've taken classes with me, my rule is at least 3 different foliages, maybe you want 4 or 5 or 6 different foliages, adding some Italian ruscus. And then as I turn, looking for balance, making sure that I have all the flowers so that they show well and that everything has a reason for being, and filling in a gap. As I finish, take a look at the bouquet. Sometimes it's nice to stand and look at it in a mirror because you can see the balance, making sure that the bottom stems are all still clean and bare, the top that it's balanced and filling in. Then tuck in my last flowers, maybe a little bit more of the wax flower, turning it, last bit of the pieris, turning it, twisting that rose a little bit so it goes up further, and then adding one more. And making a decision. Do I want the last hydrangea? Don't know that I need it. I'm going to spin around one more time looking at everything, seeing if I like where my placement is, making a decision if I want to add any more hydrangea. And I think I'm good. I'm going to skip that, add in the last of my wax flower, a little bit more there, and then, just for a final touch, some of the lily grass. You put some there, then turn it. Bring it over there, turn it. A few more stems. So it's an all-sided bouquet, perfect for a centerpiece. Nice and lush. And then once again, checking for balance from all directions. To secure, I like to use raffia. It doesn't stretch or weaken when it gets wet. It's a natural material. It doesn't bind too tight to cut through. Just wrapping around 2 to 3 times. Then laying it so the head's off the table so you don't squish anything. Tying it in a knot. Then picking it up and cutting the stems down to fit the vessel you're going to set it in. For me, I chose this beautiful elevated vase, determining the stem length and giving it a cut. And then just dropping it right in. As you can see, garden roses play well with everything. You can mix them into most any arrangement at all. Thanks again to GardenRosesDirect.com for having such beautiful, fragrant flowers. I loved creating this design. For more creative inspiration, check out the website, flowerschool.com. If you have questions, you can reach us through there or pick up the telephone. We'd love to hear from you. It's 503-223-8089. Now it's your turn. What are you going to create with garden roses? Take a picture, post it on social media, and hashtag Floral Design Institute and Garden Roses Direct so we all can see. Garden roses are one of my favorites. I'm sure they will be yours as well. Have fun and do something you love.